Hello and welcome to this channel about cryptocurrency education. Today I'd like to have just a chat about the current price levels of Cardano and the current price chart. I mean, what you can see here on the screen at the moment are prices of Binance, and it's basically the whole history of the Cardano price chart. And what we can really see here at the moment is really that currently Cardano is traded at around 127, and this is, in my opinion, a bit disappointing considering the latest levels at which Bitcoin is trading. So in my opinion, Cardano hasn't seen that gain in momentum, hasn't seen that price increase that Bitcoin has seen. You can really see that we've been trading sort of sideways now for really a long time, and basically that level here, that this blue line here that I've got moving around here now, this is really a key a key support level that Cardano hasn't really gone below for a very long time, and actually it hasn't gone down or below it I would say since February 2021. It's a significant support level. It's around the $1 mark. It's always hard to pick a particular figure, but it's sort of this corridor here between 1 and 105 or something around that. But it is a very, very important support level. And very interestingly, if we zoom out and if we take a look also at price levels from the last major bull cycle, I mean, we can see that the all-time high, I believe, was around 140, 142, something like that. And this is really the area that Cardano, in my opinion, is really struggling to get above at the moment. So really, we've been touching that level here, 140, for a while now. So we've seen it here, we've seen it here, we've seen it again here. I don't think we'll get above it in this current cycle. So it is really hard for Cardano currently to get above this 140 mark, or in that corridor at least. And it seems like the old all-time high from the last major bull run is sort of haunting Cardano at the moment, and that is really a bit disappointing. But I guess it will go through earlier or later. But at the moment, I don't think Cardano has gained the momentum that it really needs to sustain that significant price increase, unfortunately. So whereas Bitcoin seems to be moving ahead, even though it's dropped, I think, today again, but that's normal in the Bitcoin world, in the crypto world. But we can see that here Cardano, I mean, if we look at the different indicators here, for example, the RSI, the relative strength index is dropping again. We also see a decline in volume, or the volume is just not picking up, at least. Also, again, and I told you that before in previous videos, there was always sort of my key resistance line here. I mean, I think I did videos here, there, wherever, various times when the price really dropped off the 50-day moving average. And this blue line here that you can see here, this is the 50-day moving average. And we can really see that here, this is the 200-day moving average. So sort of the long-term trend, which is still going up, which is a good sign. But the 50-day moving average is not going up. So the most recent trend, or a short-term trend, is going down actually. So we're sort of in a downward trend. And we're currently sort of in this corridor between the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. And that is highly interesting in my opinion. And we can see that actually for the last few cycles here, that this corridor gets narrower and narrower. So something will happen here. I don't know if it will drop down or go up. And I guess it also depends on the Bitcoin price and what the Bitcoin price is doing at that particular moment in time. But I think it is key that the Cardano price needs to go above this 130 level at the moment. I think it needs to sustain that above 130 mark, because this is exactly where the 50-day moving average is running. And you can see it very clearly that the price hasn't managed to break out of the 200-day or the 50-day moving average. There were a few attempts. There was one here, but it very quickly shot up again. There was another one here, but this candle actually didn't close before above the $50 EMA. Moving average, I mean. So yeah, so now obviously, as you can clearly see, we are on in a downward trend again, and you can see that more clearly if we take the MACD, the MACD indicator, to if we look at that as well. I just try to make it a little bit larger. For some reason I can't. Anyway, it's that indicator down here, and we can see that I mean, with the MACD you always have this up and down and two moving averages as well, and we can actually see that in this current sort of smaller cycle that started here on the 23rd of July, we've gone up also with the price, but now it's losing momentum again, and I believe that the divergence between these two moving average will get smaller again, and which indicates that there will be a short-term drop in the price again. And my biggest concern really is that we just don't see the volumes, and I think that is hurting the Cardano price at the moment. But yeah, I can't wait. You know, it is very interesting what will happen here. What will happen here when the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average will get closer together? I mean, if we see the 50-day moving average crossing or going below the 200-day moving average, that is not a good sign. That has in the past, and let me see if I can find, if we look at the Bitcoin price, if that happened, that sort of death cross, I think it's called, that always led to a longer term negative downward spiral of the price. I don't think we've actually seen that in the Cardano price for a while, actually. Let me see. Yeah, there was one here where, well, no, 1 second. Let me go. Need to zoom out a little bit, not too far though. So if we see that here, this was back in, when was that? It was 2019, where we've actually seen I think this is called a golden cross, where the 50-day moving average went above the 200-day moving average, and we could see some very nice price increases here, but then it lost momentum and it dropped below, and then it took actually, let's say that was from August 2019 to quite a long time actually, to February 2020, to see that downward momentum here pick up again, and to see an increase in the price. But then then COVID happened, and it changed again. But these were special times really. But since then it's always been really above the 200-day moving average, and even here where it got very, very close, actually, very interestingly, that was November 2020, it managed to stay above the 200-day moving average, and after that we could see that massive price increase. So that's a particular interesting pattern. So my view is, you know, if it manages to stay above the 200-day moving average, and if it gets closer and stays above it, that could potentially trigger another increase in the price, maybe even a longer term one. That would fit quite well actually with my personal price prediction, where I believe, and that is not financial advice, you know, I'm just talking price here, but this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but my personal price prediction for this year is something around 450 for Cardano. I don't think we've seen the end of the Bitcoin bull cycle yet, and I always highlight the stock to flow model, and I think it is a very important one, and it sort of only refers to Bitcoin, but you know, let's be honest, most crypto prices are related to Bitcoin, unless, you know, some are less correlated, like Quant, for example, or ICP, but most of them are. Cardano is still related to Bitcoin in some way. So if the Bitcoin price goes up, and the stock to flow model again has shown that it works, you know, with the most recent price increase to $40,000, it has again shown that it works. So we were at this make or break point, but yeah, it worked. And now, you know, if that keeps going up, obviously Cardano could stay above this, the 50-day moving average could stay above the 200-day moving average, and then we can also see a longer term momentum, hopefully to the upside. But at the moment, yeah, it is very interesting because the short-term trend is going down, the long-term trend is going up, so this will meet at some point. And if the short-term trend goes below it, it could drag the whole also the 200-day moving average down, unfortunately. So, you know, I hope it will stay above that. That's my personal hope and also my prediction. But yeah, I'm not a major expert, you know. I can't really calculate probabilities here, but I think it is likely in the current environment, and with Alonso coming, and with all these positive news of the Cardano ecosystem, and all the more positive news coming from the crypto space at the moment. Actually, I don't know if you've realized, but generally in the media, the talk about crypto is a little bit more positive now again. So that tells me that something could be coming, that we could see finally the last element of this bull cycle, which will be very, very interesting. But the only thing that really concerns me at the moment is that volume here. We don't really see that volume picking up. We can also see that on the OBV here, the on balance volume, which is just going sideways actually. And it's been going sideways since May 2021, so a few months, and it hasn't really picked up. Whereas we saw quite a bit of volume here. I mean, I don't know if that is because most people are just staking their ADA, I don't know, but we need people buying ADA. We need institutions to go in. There is more institutional investment in Cardano with the Grayscale Fund and other funds that invest in applications. But yeah, we just need people buying ADA. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.